The night sky over downtown New York shimmered with luxury, cars gliding through wet asphalt, city lights painting reflections on every surface. Inside the glossy windows of the majestic Crown Hotel, laughter, champagne, and whispered secrets filled the air. Among the guests was Daniel Cross, a man in his late 30s, tall, sharp-suited, charming in a way that only success and arrogance could breed. To the world, Daniel was the perfect husband, a wealthy real estate developer, a family man, the type who smiled in photographs and donated at charity galas. But that night, Daniel wasn't here for business. He stood at the hotel reception, his arm loosely around a much younger woman in a red dress, Elena, his assistant, his secret, his mistake. Suite 2703, he told the receptionist, slipping a gold card across the counter. And send up a bottle of champagne. The good one. The woman behind the counter nodded politely, unaware of the storm about to unfold. As they entered the elevator, Daniel checked his reflection, confident, composed, untouchable. He had it all: money, power, a family that believed in him, and a wife who, in his mind, would never find out. At least, that's what he thought. 2 floors above, the hotel's boardroom was lit for a private meeting. A new investor had just finalized the purchase of the majestic Crown Hotel, one of the city's oldest five-star landmarks. The hotel staff buzzed with anticipation. No one had met the mysterious new owner yet. A black limousine had pulled up earlier, and out stepped Clara Cross, Daniel's wife. She was beautiful in a way that turned quiet heads, elegance without arrogance, calm without weakness. Her life had once revolved around Daniel, but after years of cold dinners, broken promises, and hidden phone calls, she had learned how to breathe on her own again. She had quietly built her own business empire, investments, real estate, stocks. Daniel had laughed when she started. "You're too soft for this world," he'd told her once. But she'd turned that pain into power, her silence into strategy. And tonight, she had signed the final papers. Clara Cross was now the sole owner of the majestic Crown Hotel. Meanwhile, Daniel and Elena entered their suite, a lavish space overlooking the glittering skyline. She laughed as he poured champagne. "You're so bad," she teased. "Aren't you afraid your wife will find out?" Daniel chuckled. "Clara, she's too busy pretending to be perfect. She wouldn't last a day in this world." His phone buzzed. A message from his daughter. "Mom's coming home late again. Miss you, Dad." He ignored it, but as he leaned in to kiss Elena, a knock came at the door. Daniel frowned. "Room service already." He opened the door, irritation on his face, and froze. Standing there, in a white blazer and calm authority, was Clara. The world seemed to tilt. For a moment, no one spoke. "See Clara," he stammered, his voice cracking. What are you doing here?" Clara's gaze swept the room, the champagne, the red dress, the guilt thick in the air. Her eyes didn't cry, they calculated, cold, clear, dignified. "I own this hotel," she said softly. "So I think I should know what's happening in my suite." Daniel's face drained of color. Elena stepped back, panic flashing in her eyes. The silence was heavier than any scream. "Clara, please, save it," she interrupted gently. "I'm not here for drama. I just came to inspect my property." Her words cut deeper than anger. She turned to the hotel manager behind her. "Please make sure Mr. Cross and his guest have everything they need tonight. And when they check out tomorrow, make sure their membership accounts are permanently closed." "Yes, Mrs. Cross," the manager said, trying not to look at Daniel. Daniel's throat tightened. "Clara, we need to talk." "There's nothing to say," she replied. "You already said it, with every lie, every excuse, every night you came home late." He reached out, desperate. "Please, don't do this here. Let's talk privately." She stepped back. "Privately was where you stopped respecting me. Publicly is where I stopped protecting you." Later that night, Clara walked through the empty hotel lobby. The pianist played softly, unaware of the story unfolding upstairs. She sat by the window, staring at the rain. Years of suppressed pain rose quietly, not in tears, but in memory. She remembered the early days, Daniel's promises, his ambition, the way he used to look at her like she was his world. Somewhere along the way, money replaced meaning, and charm turned into manipulation. But now, she wasn't the broken wife anymore. She was the woman who had rebuilt herself from the ashes. The next morning, Daniel woke up to find the suite empty. Elena was gone, so was his keycard. When he went downstairs, the concierge handed him a sealed envelope. It was from Clara. Inside was a single note. Greater than everything you tried to take from me, my confidence, my voice, my future, I've taken back. You no longer have access to my accounts, my properties, or my heart. Take care of yourself, Daniel. You'll need to, without me. And at the bottom, a line that burned through his pride. Greater than, P.S. The hotel's name will soon change, the Clara Crown. I built it on what you thought I couldn't do. For weeks, Daniel tried to contact her. She ignored every call, every message. His company began to crumble, his partners lost faith. He sold his car, then his office space, then his pride. Meanwhile, Clara's face appeared on magazine covers, the woman who took back her power. When reporters asked her about her husband, she smiled faintly and said, "Sometimes people leave you in the dark. But that's where you learn to shine." One rainy evening, months later, Daniel stood outside the Clara Crown Hotel. Through the glass, he saw her, radiant, poised, greeting guests with quiet grace. He wanted to walk in, to apologize, to beg for another chance. But then he saw something that stopped him, Clara laughing with a young girl, their daughter, hand in hand. For the first time in years, their daughter looked happy again. Daniel turned away, the reflection of the hotel lights glimmering in the puddles below his feet. He had lost her, not just as a wife, but as the woman who had once believed in him. Narrator's closing words. Sometimes, losing someone isn't punishment, it's a lesson. And sometimes, the one you underestimated becomes the one who outgrows you. Because love built on lies will crumble. But strength built on pain becomes unshakable. If this story moved you, make sure to subscribe for more heart-touching stories of strength, kindness, and second chances. Heartbreak sparkles.